Thank you for joining Wars of the Roses as we begin with part 1 of The Origin of Freemasonry and Knights Templar by John Bennett, P.E.C. We cannot understand the actual of a character or system without in some degree entering into its ideal. Dedicated to all Freemasons and those who love their fellow men. Preface. In preparing this work, it has been my chief aim to give to the Masonic reader a brief, concise, and interesting documentary compilation of the origin of Freemasonry and Knights Templar. The authorities consulted have been those of the world's best historians and Masonic writers. In this brief history, all historical facts, chronological dates, and documentary evidence has been taken from such works as Preface, History of the World, Joseph Francis Michaud, History of the Crusades, English and American encyclopedias, Biblical History, Masonic encyclopedias by Albert G. Mackey, M.D., Robert McCoy, 33rd degree, and George Oliver, D.D., with many other works of renown, and arranged in such form as to give the reader the greatest amount of information in the least space, saving many hours of necessary labor in the research of a large number of volumes of dry and uninteresting reading, obtaining in the end only such results as one will find within this little volume. From my early experience in Masonic life, I learned that the character of the institution was elevated in everyone's opinion just in proportion to the amount of knowledge that he had acquired of its symbolism, philosophy, and history, but that few men had the time, patience, or inclination to give the close and attentive reading of the greater Masonic works to acquire the knowledge that every Mason should possess. In view of this fact, and a strong desire on my part to acquire more light in Masonry, I was inclined some 20 years ago to commence the compilation of this concise and interesting story of Freemasonry and Knights Templar. The years of toil that I have devoted to it have been a work of love, and in placing it before the craft, it is with the hope of the further enlightenment and betterment of mankind. Masonry being so interwoven with the early history of the world, I have added a supplementary encyclopedia, in which may be found brief accounts of many ancient countries and cities, together with short sketches of the life of the early tribes and of the ancient characters connected with Masonic history. If the reader will carefully note all references, a much better understanding of the general subjects will be had. All biblical chronological data will be found according to the computation of Archbishop Usher. The illustrations in this volume are taken from Preface, History of the World, and are used by courtesy of the Jones Bros Publishing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. John Bennett, Muskegon, Michigan, April 19, 1906. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to share, like, subscribe, and comment. And if you can, please consider donating to Wars of the Roses. Links to PayPal and Patreon are in the description. Thank you so very much.